Hey folks, Danny Rosa here, and we are looking at a Sis Sachs V5. This motorcycle was made in Portugal. It's a 50cc road burner cafe racer vintage, and this thing has, as I said before, a Sachs, made in Germany, 50cc two-stroke engine. Right now she does run, but she has a hole in the tank. The tank's rusted. I need to clean it out and reline it. But I just wanted to get this up on YouTube just to show you guys. This thing's pretty neat. I got a little bit of history with this motorcycle. This is a 1966. My dad bought one of these in 1971. He actually, he grew up in a village in Portugal. He went to France when he was 16 years old to work in construction. Portuguese guy working in construction, go figure, right? To work in construction to save up enough money to come back home and buy one of these things. This at the time in the late 60s, early 70s in Portugal was the hottest thing you could buy in those villages. And like my dad, when he saw this thing, this is what you got to pick up chicks in the village. So normally right here on, it would have an emblem that says V5. And this thing, again, it's a 1966. And it has 5 speeds. So this thing was a road burner back then. For 50 cc's, you could get up to 60 miles an hour on this thing. And a lot of guys died on this motorcycle in Portugal, showing off and hot rodding and stuff. The roads out in, especially where my dad's from, it's very mountainous and the road's very windy. And these guys would try to ton up on a 50 cc bike like this and kill themselves. So a lot of young guys lost their lives on this thing, being reckless. But if you gotta go, I guess that's the way to go. So pretty neat. This bike, I actually found it in Vermont. I did not import it from Portugal. These things are rare to find even in Portugal now. It has a original VDO gauge, and it marks in kilometers. This is the Sis Sachs emblem. Now Sis is the Portuguese motorcycle company, and of course Sachs is the engine. So, and Sis, S.I.S, has been out of business now since 2000. Guess what happened when the European Union came in, and they couldn't compete with the foreign bikes that were coming in. So, but that's a Sis Sachs V5, and a pretty cool bike. So, if you're watching from Portugal, preciso autocolantes. Só se alguém pode mandar-me autocolantes, pago por usar autocolantes, e também os correios para mandar aqui para os Estados Unidos, ok? Obrigado, and thank you for watching my YouTube video on the Sis Sachs V5. I'm here in West Hartford, Connecticut. I found this thing, actually I bought it on eBay. It was in Burlington, Vermont. So, pretty rare find here in the States. My dad saw this thing and he wanted to ride it, but it did bring him a lot of memories. It was priceless to look on his face when I showed up with this thing. These are not the original shocks. The original shocks had like a red cover on it with the checkered flags. That's where the V5 emblem would go. 50cc two-stroke Sachs engine. And there's normally a little pad that goes here, so when you're in your aerodynamic position, you could rest your chest up on it. Classic vintage cafe racer style. I remember when I was a kid, we went to Portugal one time, and my grandmother had, I don't know whose Sis Sachs V5 it was. I don't know if it was my dad's or one of my uncles, but this was in the 80s, and the thing was sitting there. I remember sitting on it thinking it was the coolest thing ever. So now I got one. Bing carburetor. So I got a little hole in the tank. I got to braze that or do something with that and reline it. It's pretty rusty inside. So I'll make another video once I got her running. I'm definitely going to videotape my dad riding this thing, and I'll post it up on YouTube. It should be some good comedy. All right.